So guys, today we have some big news coming out of the LCS once again. This is not a player signing this time. This is actually a coach that is going to be joining Cloud9, and what I do think is a very, very impactful and very big pickup for them. I don't think this move should be underrated or overlooked. This is the news coming from Sheep Esports sources. This is coming from LEC Wooloo himself communicating this to me. The fact that Inero is going to be joining the Cloud9 coaching staff for next season as an assistant coach. We're going to be talking about all the details and kind of our thoughts and opinions and breakdowns of this in this video today. Hopefully, of course, as always, getting the thoughts and opinions of you guys as well. I definitely want to create some conversations and discussions and build community here on this channel. Of course, as always, our offseason coverage is powered by Holy. Make sure you guys check out that first link in the description below. Use discount code SE5 for a nice little discount on Holy. They are great tasting energy drinks that are also healthier than the competition. That sounds pretty great to me, so if that sounds good to you, check them out, buy some stuff. We would appreciate it a ton, so would they. With that being said, let's get right into this video today. So this man right here, Nick Smith, Inero himself, he has been around for quite some time. You can see from his Twitter bio, 7 years with the LCS, 6 years with the Warriors. Obviously, that was the Golden Guardians team for quite some time where he kind of did everything with them. He was a consultant, then a coach, head coach. He was a general manager. That is what he is obviously most well known for. But he was most recently, you can see here in the bio or in the banner, Immortals Progressive. He was working with them as their coach. But obviously some things have changed, some things have switched up, and he's going to be making some moves for the next season. This is what we're hearing from Wooloo himself. Nicholas Inero Smith has reached a verbal agreement with Cloud9 to join the team as an assistant coach for the 2025 season, according to Sheep Esports sources. Inero was the head coach of Immortals for the 2024 summer split of LCS, but with the recent announcement that Immortals and NRG would be leaving the league ahead of the 2025 season, he was forced to pursue opportunities elsewhere. So obviously, hey, if Immortals isn't going to be around next year, then they're not going to need a coach, and Inero's going to need a new job. And I know he's been tweeting out about looking for work and having some different teasers and different stuff like that. He tweeted out this picture of TSM and Curse and FlyQuest and all this different stuff. He's kind of been just, he's like a big troll. He's a Twitter guy, whatever. I think it's pretty funny. He's got some personality to him for sure. And I'm sure obviously it's a tough time for him when you have a job and then all of a sudden your team is just wiped out and you're looking for stuff. I'm sure it's very, very stressful. So hopefully he's found some solace in like the humor of everything. But it's also cool that he's going to be having this really, really exciting opportunity with Cloud9. So with superstars Jojo, Pune, and Berserker off the team for next year, C9 is hoping to follow through on its lofty competitive ambitions while staring down the far loftier expectation of its fans. Cloud9 definitely has some very, very passionate fans who are supportive, but also really want to win and are really okay with nothing else except the very, very finest. So that is a big thing. And then also we have here that there's a little bit more that they provided. This year, C9 never managed to challenge Team Liquid or FlyQuest at the top of the table, and Inero is another piece of a Cloud9 hoping to change that in 2025. Sheep Esports also recently reported that C9 had reached an agreement to sign Sven as an AD carry, meaning the team's offseason is now focused on finding an import mid laner to round out the roster. So it does seem like Cloud9, at least at this time, according to what Wooloo's telling me, seems to be focusing on mid lane imports rather than some of the more native options. Obviously, by picking up Sven, it allowed them to open up that import, and you have that open import slot, especially in that mid lane position. That seems like what you would usually tend to do there, try and import in that mid lane. But like I said, I do think this pickup of Inero is very, very big. Now, like I said, this guy has been around forever, dating back to May 2015 is his first coaching kind of thing here on LOL Fandom, working with Mouse Esports. But he's been everywhere. He's done everything. He's worked in EU, worked in NA, worked in OSH. He was, like I said, a consultant for Golden Guardians, a coach for Golden Guardians. Ultimately, he was a general manager. Now, since he did spend so much time with Golden Guardians, his results haven't been insane. Golden Guardians was not always the most resourced organization. They weren't always able to get the biggest players, the biggest pickups or whatever, but he still had some success here and there. They were able to do some cool things. Obviously, when he became the general manager of Golden Guardians in 2022 to 2023, their most recent little stint, they had some nice success. They finished second in the LCS 2023 spring playoffs. They went to MSI. They finished second in the 2023 regular season. They ultimately finished fourth in the LCS 2023 championship, and then they didn't qualify for Worlds, but they made it to the World qualifying series. So they did some cool things as like a team that wasn't one of the traditionally kind of bigger organizations or teams that focus the most resources or whatever into this. So you can obviously argue, and people are going to have their opinions of just how good of a coach Inero is or a general manager or how valuable this pickup is. But I personally think that this is very, very big. I do think that this will help out with Cloud9. Obviously, it seems like Cloud9 had some issues going on behind the scenes, the whole JoJo Pune drama, him showing up later, whatever the heck is even going on, and Cloud9 obviously failing to live up to their expectations. You could say that that's a leadership issue, a management issue, a coaching issue, all of that. And I think Inero is a guy who, like I said, has been around for a while. He has the experience. I think he is a great speaker. I think he demands respect. I think people do respect him. And I think hopefully getting just another strong voice, another person that should be very, very well respected and just a leader behind the scenes that I think Inero is, and I hope Inero will be able to be, will hopefully help Cloud9 clean up some of those behind the scenes issues and also help Cloud9 rise up and be able to actually fulfill the total potential of their lineups, which is obviously something that Cloud9 did not do in 2024. But they're hoping to do and really need to do in 2025. So that will be something big to watch out for. I know I've seen like on Reddit or maybe Twitter or something like that, a lot of Cloud9, maybe it's a Cloud9 subreddit where some Cloud9 people were a little bit wondering why the team just had Reapered and maybe saying that Reapered needed more help or that the Cloud9 team needed more help more than just having the one LCS coach. So obviously bringing in a new assistant in Inero will be big and important and key. And like I said, this isn't maybe the biggest like sexy signing. This isn't Cloud9 going and getting Faker or some big name talent or some crazy insane signing or, I know Cloud9 fans want him to sign Perks or Niski or whoever. This isn't that crazy signing. It's just an assistant coach at the end of the day. But I do think Inero getting his first opportunity with an organization that has some more resources, some more money, some more funding, is a little bit more serious or whatever. It's going to be a big thing for Inero, and I think he's a guy who hopefully should be able to work his way up through the Cloud9 infrastructure and stuff. Like I said, I think he's really well spoken. I think he's very insightful. I think he has some good ideas. I know whenever he would have interviews like with Travis Gafford or these other people, he was always one of the interviews that I really loved to watch the most because I just thought he was well spoken. I thought he said good things. I thought he had a little bit of personality to him. I thought he understood things well. I thought he was mature. And this was even years and years and years ago, and I'm sure he's grown and even learned since then. So honestly, if I was a Cloud9 fan, I would be very excited about this pickup. It's one that might fly under the radar a little bit. It's one that people might underrate a little bit, but I do expect Cloud9 is going to bounce back next year very strong. I think the embarrassing nature of how this season went and how this season ended is going to be a big thing. And also, of course, this Cloud9 team is going to be talented. We've heard from Wooloo that they're going to be running back Thanatos, or they're most likely going to be running back Thanatos in the top lane with Blabber, now with Sven and Vulcan. So it's a team that has talent. It's a team that is going to be able to do things. It's going to be a team where a good coach will be able to do some things with them. It's not like this team is going to be devoid of talent or you're going to be like, oh, hey, what do you want me to do with this team of scrubs or anything like that? This is going to be a strong team once again. Just because a super team didn't work out and just because they're moving some things around. Losing Berserker, that's going to be a big, big hit. But they're getting Sven, who I think was honestly pretty good from the time that we saw him with Dignitas last year. And I think returning back to Cloud9 is going to be a big thing for him. I think Cloud9 as an organization, a team, is going to be remotivated. It's going to be a huge question who they're able to get in the mid lane. But picking up Inero for Cloud9 as an assistant coach, to me, it's a big pickup. This is one that I'm excited about. I hope the Cloud9 fans, and I think they'll be excited about it too. And I'm just happy that, hey, this man who has kind of gotten the short end of the stick a couple of times and was out of a job with the Mortal stuff happening has now picked up a new position. But just more new, exciting breaking news coming out of the LCS today and Sheep Esports here on YouTube, bringing it to you guys. But that's pretty much it for this video today. Make sure you check out the first link in the description below for Holy. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. Until then, peace.